Hi, Mom.
How are you, my dear?
Horrible. Just plain horrible.
What's wrong? There's something going on that you're not telling me about. I didn't see you at church last Sunday either.
I was planning to go, but then I just didn't feel like it and slept all day.
What's bothering you lately? Still, you have to come to church. You used to be happier when you came to church. You stopped coming, but maybe it's time for you to think about it again.
I'm thinking about getting a divorce, Mom.
Divorce?
Do you remember Hannah? Hannah I went to church together with in high school? She had polio as a child, so she walked with crutches for years.
Of course I remember Hannah. You two were best friends and she came over to her house a couple times.
Yeah, we didn't see each other much after high school since she had to move to another state, but I did get to see her 3 or 4 times with my husband last year.
Oh, she's back. Did she say something about your husband? Is that why you're upset right now?
No, actually it's the opposite. I'm growing suspicious of their relationship.
The relationship between Ben and Hannah.
I find it strange and hard to understand how they're getting along so well. Hannah and I have been texting each other after running into each other last year. We became close friends again and I was really happy. But not too long ago, I was with my husband and saw him getting a phone call from her. So I asked him why she was calling, and he just said that it was because I wasn't answering her calls and she wanted to ask me if I was okay. It didn't make sense though because she never called me. We texted a lot, but she seemed busy, so we didn't get to talk that much.
Okay, that is a bit strange.
And then a few days later, I met her at Starbucks, but she left pretty quickly and I didn't get to ask her about the call. I came back home and Ben was getting ready to go out because he was going to see a friend. He didn't come back for dinner, so I was just curious where he was and called him. I could tell that he was still out, but I also heard this song by Lady Gaga in the background. I don't know why, but I had this feeling that he could have been with Hannah. So I called her too. She picked up and I could hear the same music in the background.
Oh my gosh, what does that mean?
I think they're dating or have romantic feelings for each other. When he came back, I asked him to hand me his phone because there was something I had to check, but he refused. I even begged him, but he still said no and glared at me.
Then go to Hannah and confront her.
I thought about that too, but knowing her, I know she's just going to say no and act innocent. Ben keeps telling me that it's paranoia and that I'm obsessed with him. It's impossible to have a proper conversation with him because of how he acts. I think I need physical evidence to prove that they're dating behind my back.
Okay. It seems to me that that is the case too. If you're sure that Ben is cheating on you, then I can reach out to him myself and try to get some answers for you.
No, please don't do that. Let's wait and see what they do before we take action. I don't want to make any rash decisions and make the situation worse.
If you say so.
I need to be on my guard and wait for the right timing. I can't expose them right now because they'll just run away together or call me a paranoid liar.
But if it continues and he doesn't realize his mistake, I don't think I can just wait and watch.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
I know it's a lot to take in at once.
No, don't worry about it. Hannah and I were close in high school, but I don't think I helped her out that much as her friend. I always felt bad about it, but hearing that you two are in a relationship makes me somewhat relieved.
How did you know that I liked her?
I didn't know until today. What made you think I knew?
Well, you're acting kind of weird. I expected a different response.
I'm not acting weird. How am I supposed to respond to this then?
I mean, I'm still your husband. This is not appropriate behavior as a husband, and I'm aware of that, but the way that you're acting makes me feel less guilty.
There's no reason for you to feel guilty about this. The man I love and my close friend who I also love are in love with each other and want me to get a divorce. I can't say no to that. I can't be angry at you for falling in love with one of my friends. It would be weird if I were angry.
No, that's not my point.
Are you telling me that you wanted me to get upset? Is that why you deliberately called and asked me to see you two together, when you could have handled it totally differently?
No. I wanted to tell you in person that I'm serious about my relationship with Hannah. She agreed to this idea as well. Hannah and I wanted to let you know that we would always support each other no matter what. We didn't want to leave you out and make you question us.
I know her better than you do. She's the type of person who gets what she wants and likes to show off.
Then we're good, right?
What do you mean?
Like, you're not faking it right now, are you? What you just said about how you support us and are happy for us, you mean it?
I mean it at 1000%. Congrats, you two. I had to leave because I had a dentist appointment, but we can talk more at home.
All right.
Hello?
Hi, Grace. What's the matter?
Nothing. I just decided to check in because you weren't. How come you haven't made a single call to me recently? Jeez, don't make me do this to you.
Oh, there were a lot of things that I had to take care of, so I was busy.
Funny, Ben also says he's busy with some things. Why is everyone telling me they're busy? Are you guys really busy? At least you answer when I call you. But you aren't with Ben every time I talk to you. Where is he these days?
I have no clue, Grace. I wish I knew.
Whatever. Tell him that his mother is dying to talk to him. It's been so long since I heard his voice, but he doesn't seem to care or miss me.
Got it. Mom, what do I do?
What happened? Anything new?
I'm not gonna do anything to Hannah for now.
How come?
I took some time alone to think about this carefully, and I've decided to take my revenge on her, but it has to be perfect. It can't be a half-hearted attempt. I have to plan it out and do it at the right time at the right place.
What kind of revenge are you talking about? Do you already have a plan in mind?
Her goal is to force me to get a divorce with Ben so that she can have him to herself. Well, I'm not gonna make it easy for her. No way am I getting a divorce. That would be doing what she wants me to do. I can't let her have it her way.
Oh no, what is happening? Just don't do anything dangerous, okay? You're making me worry.
Mom, I'm not getting a divorce. That's what's important right now.
Okay, but are you gonna live with him forever, knowing that he cheated on you with your friend? It's gonna be really difficult to treat him like before.
I can't live with him forever, but for now my plan is to act like nothing happened. Or maybe it's better if I act nicer toward him and see how Hannah reacts. I'm still his legal wife, and she is only his girlfriend. Seeing your boyfriend with his wife will make her pissed off for sure. I see this kind of situation in movies and TV shows all the time. I'm gonna file the divorce at the perfect time and file a lawsuit against her too.
I wish you the best of luck. I'm sorry there isn't much I can help you with. Hopefully those two fall for your trick.
I don't think I'll get caught. Ben looks really happy these days because I'm preparing every meal just for him and doing extra cleaning around the house to show him that I truly care about our marriage. He's smiling like a fool. It makes me want to puke seeing his face, but that's the plan for now. I have to say, it's working well so far. It's not that I'm having fun doing this, but I want to make them pay for what they did.
I can't say what you're doing is right, but I also want them to suffer for what they've done to you. As your mother, I will support you every step of the process. As long as you can be happy, I'll do anything for you. If revenge is what you want, then go for it.
You're the only one who understands me, Mom. Thanks to you, I feel better. I'll keep you updated as things progress. Take care of yourself, and I will too.
Stay safe and let me know if anything else comes up.
Hey, there's something I want to ask.
Go ahead. Are you on break right now?
Yeah, it's lunchtime and I'm at a cafe near the office. I know we plan to go camping this weekend, but do we actually have to go?
Yeah, we are going. I know you're into camping. I want to try it with you. I went camping when I was in first grade, but that was so long ago. I barely remember anything from it, so I'd like to go and make lots of memories with you.
What are we doing after that then?
We can go to a fancy restaurant and go shopping too. We can go to that sushi restaurant that you mentioned, or maybe we can visit your cousin's place and stay overnight.
Kimberly, you know you don't have to do this.
I know. I genuinely want to spend more time with you.
I want to spend this weekend with Hannah, though. You approved our relationship, so can you just let me go this time? We can go sometime tomorrow or next week.
How many times do I have to tell you? You can see her anytime you want, but we've been planning this camping trip for some time now. You can't just say you don't want to go. You can go camping with me this Saturday and leave the day after to spend Sunday with her, but I still want to go somewhere with you.
All right then, let's go this weekend. Also, I have another question. Why did you post our wedding photo on Instagram again? Why do you need other people to see that?
I don't care if people look at it. I just wanted to post it because I was looking through old pictures and found it. I was so young and pretty back then, and I got emotional. The photo looked so nice and reminded me of my younger self. You can say I wanted to brag. Maybe I did want to show off to my friends. What's wrong with that? It's my photo.
There's nothing wrong with it, but we're getting a divorce anyway, so I was just confused why you would post those kind of pictures on social media. What's the point of bringing back all those memories when we won't be together pretty soon? You even posted a picture of us kissing each other during our honeymoon.
Oh, the one we took in front of the Eiffel Tower? You probably didn't know, but that one is one of my favorite pictures of us. Going to Paris was my dream when I was a little kid. Us being together has nothing to do with it. I just wanted to go back to Paris and decided to post it.
People might not want to see that though.
Are you talking about Hannah? I don't think she cares. It's a photo from the past. It was years ago, and I don't even remember the exact date and year that we went to take the photo. The background is gorgeous. I don't think she has a right to tell me what I can and cannot post on my Instagram page.
I agree that she shouldn't tell you what to do about your social media page. I was just trying to explain to you that she still won't be that excited to see those pictures. That's why I told her to block you on social media so that she doesn't have to see those pictures.
And?
She said something about how she would stay as friends with you after our divorce, so it doesn't make sense to block one of her closest friends on Insta.
I feel the same way. I get what she's saying. We can't deny the past though, and the present is also important. That means I want to enjoy this moment with you because you're with me right now. Of course, that can change any time. Meanwhile, you can enjoy the present with Hannah too. We'll see whatever happens in the future.
Yeah, thanks for understanding. Break time's over for me, so I should get going. I'll call you before our camping trip. I'll see you at the parking lot.
Sounds good. I can't wait. It's me. Oh, hi. I haven't heard from you in a while. Yeah, we didn't talk after that time, and I also felt bad about it. It might be late, but I wanted to apologize. No need to apologize. I already communicated my feelings and thoughts. You don't have to feel that way. You should instead spend more time with my husband. Don't waste your time on trying to apologize to me. Stop acting like you don't care. I'm getting tired of your act. What do you mean you're tired? You started it. I'm asking you to enjoy the moment. I should be the one getting tired of this situation. I don't enjoy this kind of conversation with you, so let's not talk about it from now on. I love your husband with all my heart. That's mainly why I had to put it out there that time, even though I knew it would hurt your feelings a lot. But to me, it looks like you're taking this as a joke or something. Not at all. This is not a joke by any means. Don't you remember what I said in high school? We went to church together and you were struggling to make friends. I told everyone that you're a very thoughtful and kind person. But you were busy talking about me behind my back. I just ignored it because I still liked you as my friend and I genuinely thought you were a very thoughtful person. You taught me how to be considerate of others, and now look at me. I'm very considerate and respectful of you and Ben's relationship.
So don't you dare tell me I'm treating this as a joke.
That was years ago, and a lot of things happened to me after high school, so I don't remember every single thing like you do. Anyways, Ben tells me every day that he wants a divorce. I don't get why you're suddenly posting your wedding pictures and pictures of you and him together. Are you trying to make me jealous or what? I need an explanation.
I couldn't care less about who looks at those social media posts. They're there for myself because it's my account and my page. They're not for anyone else but me. And when Ben mentioned getting a divorce, I agreed to it, but I never said we're getting a divorce right now. I'm living in the moment and going with the flow. No more, no less. Things happened and I'm fine with how they're going.
How can you celebrate the present when your husband is cheating on you? Normal people wouldn't react that way, so of course this makes me feel like you're lying to me or treating me like a joke.
Someone once told me that we should enjoy the present moment because that is all we have. Live in and for today. It's quite a famous quote. I'm going to embrace this moment, and in this moment, I'm his legal wife who lives with him under the same roof. I appreciate the memories I made with him, and I will never forget them. So I'm asking you, why are you bringing this up?
Your husband left you for me. That won't change. And that's why he said he loves me right in front of you to make it easier for you to accept the reality. You are indeed his legal wife, but that doesn't mean anything. You're basically alone and single since he doesn't have any feelings towards you.
So, you wanted to hurt my feelings and make me feel lonely on purpose. You're using Ben to do that? What did I ever do to you to make you feel this way?
You didn't do anything, and I believe our friendship can still be saved. I just happened to fall in love with him and he loved me back, that's all. To be honest, I really enjoyed the time we spent together at church. But we gradually grew apart after high school, and that's when I was able to be more objective. I started to wonder why you were so nice to me. I realized that it was pity that made you approach me on my first day at church. You just felt bad because I had to rely on crutches to walk, and some people made fun of me.
Huh?
I do remember everything we did together, and it seemed to make sense one day. You weren't a true friend, and it was disappointing. I just thought that maybe we would one day run into each other if we were lucky, and we did. I was somewhat happy to see you until I saw your husband and started to hang out with him more and more. It hit me then that it's my turn to pity you. You deserve it because I went through it when I was a teenager.
So your point is that I deserve to be pitied by the whole world, and that was your goal from the beginning?
Somewhat, but I still love Ben, and our love is not fake. I do pity you just like you pitied me before, but that's not important to me anymore since I have the love of my life next to me. I thought we were friends, and despite how you treated me back in the day, I was still gonna try to make it work and let it go.
I was nothing but a good friend to you. I never judged you or made fun of you like the other kids did. I don't understand why you keep saying that I looked down on you when I invited you to a sleepover party several times and we hung out every weekend.
That friendship was fake. You were pretending to be my friend because it was clear that no one liked me only because I looked different and had minor physical disabilities. You wanted to receive compliments from the adults at the church, so you approached me and used me as your tool.
No, what are you talking about? You're making this up. The other students at church can pitch in and tell you that I was very genuine and never thought of you that way. I know we grew apart slowly, but that was because we went to different colleges and couldn't find the time to hang out.
You could have reached out to me, though. You still hang out with your other friends, but didn't bother to spend 5 seconds to send me a "how are you" text?
Then why didn't you reach out first? Why do I have to be the one to text you first?
Whatever. Stop interrogating me. It's stressing me out. Neither of us has the time to discuss what happened in the past, and to be honest, I think you're making excuses.
Fine. Let's get back to what we were talking about in the beginning then.
What you need to do now is to face the reality and stop posting photos of you and your husband. That makes you look even more stupid.
You're the one who's stupid. You're a married man's girlfriend. Your boyfriend is married. Don't you get it? You were jealous of your own friend who was super nice to you and stole her man. You're crazy if you actually think you're some kind of winner for stealing my husband. There is this thing called karma, you know?
Yeah, I knew it. You were mad at me, even though you pretended to be supportive of us. But your husband doesn't want you anymore, so you should just quietly pack up and leave while you can. You don't want your feelings to get hurt even more.
I think you'll be the one getting hurt. You will pay for what you did to me. Don't forget that you brought this on yourself. This is your last chance to apologize and ask for forgiveness.
Shut up! I don't want to hear it, and I'm so done with you. Ben and I are going to the movies together, so you should just stop and leave us alone.
I will stop. I will see you in court. Kimberly, why aren't you answering my calls? Do you know what's up with my son? I haven't heard from him for 2 weeks now.
Grace, I don't think you can call or text me like this from now on. This will be the last time we talk to each other.
What? What's going on?
Ask your son. I don't have any answers for you at this moment.
But he keeps ignoring me. I need to know what's going on. Did something bad happen to him?
No, actually, he's having the best time of his life. He looks very happy these days.
Well, let me talk to him. He doesn't answer my calls, but he must be with you, so put him on the phone for me.
Like I said, that's not possible. I think you need to hear it from him in person, and I don't want you to text and call me like this whenever you can't get a hold of him. I need to head out now.
You can't just say that and end the conversation.
You must have lost your mind. When are you gonna stop this crap?
Oh, you're seriously telling me that I lost my mind? Think about what you did. You left me no choice but to literally pay those people to stalk you.
You're spending your money, time, and energy on it. How could you sue me again this year? You did win, but I just had to pay a small fee. It didn't affect me one bit. So why are you doing this again? It won't change anything this time either.
$30,000 isn't a big deal to you, huh? Well, it looks like you'll have to pay that $30,000 every year until you break up with him then. I'm excited to see how far you're willing to go with this. I'm not going to stop until I get what I want, so let's see who wins this time.
Come on! This is not going to make me dump him, not a chance. I'm not scared of you or your schemes. I only brought it up because I wanted to remind you again that this is pointless and you're wasting your time. There's no reason for you to act like this. You need to move on and focus on yourself. Your time is too precious to waste it on a man who left you for another woman. Let's be respectful of each other's time and life. I don't want to spend the next years arguing with you like this. It won't benefit you in any way. Filing a lawsuit against me doesn't make you the winner. You're holding yourself down because you're jealous of your friend who's doing so much better than you are.
I could have beat you up back then, but I changed my mind because I thought this would be way more rewarding for me. To say the truth, I don't care about the money or whether I win the lawsuit or not. And I can see that you're not affected by it at this moment. But keep in mind that this is just the beginning. It's going to happen every single year for the rest of your life. And it'll start to get on your nerves very soon because there's something else coming your way.
So you're not willing to stop it? Okay, fine, but I'm not gonna keep silent either. I'm gonna report you to the police for constantly threatening me like this via text messages.
Go ahead, report me to the cops. I also have several voice recordings of you trying to convince Ben to get a divorce with me. FYI, I received them from him a long time ago. You sound really desperate in those recordings, which only proves that you were trying very hard to get him to fall in love with you. You were the one to make the first move and I have proof. Besides, you didn't feel guilty about your actions, so there are hundreds of pictures of you and Ben doing inappropriate things in public.
I'm gonna tell Ben that you're making threats and saying awful things to me.
I don't know what he'll say to me about these text messages, but is that really important? You need to know that I have the upper hand and no one is on your side except maybe your boyfriend. You know how cheating is viewed in our society, right? You don't have that many options. You better pay that fee and stay low so that no one finds out about what you did. If you're broke, then sell everything you own to pay it. I'm more than willing to take your house, car, etc.
Ugh! You're crazy! I regret having this conversation with you!
cut it out already. You've had enough. Hannah is forced to sell her property because of you.
I know, I'm totally aware. I keep filing a lawsuit against her and I win every time. Harassment is not something you can ignore. I wonder how much she's paid me over the past few years. It must be a lot.
She might have to live on the streets or stay at her parents' place if this continues. She used to be your friend. It's ethically and morally unacceptable to torture her like that. Are you sure you want this? Do you really want to see your friend become homeless and poor that badly?
Why are you acting innocent all of a sudden? Your actions along with Hannah's made me do this. It surprises me that you're still with her even after all these years. It's very impressive. But I'm feeling really good about it and I don't plan to stop. I'm gonna do everything in my power to destroy you two, so don't you dare preach at me about what's right and what's wrong.
But you've already done enough. Hannah doesn't have anything and she's basically homeless at this point. She even paid you by giving away her own house to you last year. Isn't that enough?
Nope, this is not enough, not even close. I told you this is just the beginning. Why would this be enough for me? What makes you think I'd be satisfied already? I'm gonna make sure that she loses everything she has.
Oh, Kimberly.
Also, I don't want to receive any texts or calls from you from now on. I'm thinking of getting a divorce finally, and I should get started on it ASAP.
Really? So do you want to get a divorce? Then why did you spend those 3 years trying to make me and Hannah break up?
You know the answer yourself. Stop making me repeat myself. She needs to pay for what she has done. I'm not going to let her get away with it that easily. And that's why I forced myself to stay by your side, even though I literally felt like puking all over your face every time I had to see you in my house. You thought you'd get a divorce right away and just say goodbye to each other? I wouldn't make it that easy for you or for her. You have no right to tell me what to do. You're as crazy as she is. You guys are meant to be. Both of you are disgusting and awful to look at. You deserve each other. I thought I knew my friend Hannah well enough to trust her, but I didn't. However, thanks to her, I was able to realize what a horrible man I was married to and saved myself. Without her and her efforts to seduce you, I wouldn't have known that you were this kind of person. That's so awful to think about. This experience made me a wiser person, and I finally know who I can trust and who I can't. While I regret marrying you and calling you my husband, there are many opportunities to get revenge on the people who hurt me. It's about to get worse for Hannah, so tell her to prepare for the worst. I'm blocking you.
No, Hannah. Oh, I meant Kimberly. Kimberly, hear me out one last time. Don't block me.
Oh, so did you hear the news? What news? The news about that girl, Hannah. My friend at church told me yesterday that Hannah was kicked out from her church because of these Facebook posts. There were several posts about how she was dating Ben, even though she knew he was a married man. It included details like how she made the first move and whatnot. Did you do that? No way, I would never do that. I thought about it, but then forgot because of other stuff that I had to do. Some of my friends know what happened between me and Ben and that Hannah was involved in their marriage. My friends all go to church and they must have posted it on social media for the other church people to see. That's just my guess, but I think it's also possible that they gathered more of their own church friends to spread the posts. Well, I'm glad that there are good people you can trust and depend on. They're on your side and helping you in these difficult times. You don't know how much that makes me relieved, to know that you still have people rooting for you. They really helped me a lot with everything. I'm so lucky to have them as my friends. Hannah deserved it. I heard that those posts spread all over the state and she can't go to any other church in the area because basically everyone knows her name now. She'll have to stay home or relocate. She had to delete her account on all social media because of the hate comments. Who knows? Hopefully she realizes her mistakes and can own up to it. But it's fine if she doesn't. I filed the divorce against Ben a few days ago, so that should be taken care of pretty soon too. After that, I am a free woman. All right, that's good to hear.
By the way, people at his workplace also saw similar posts that one of my friends posted. It already spread everywhere, and his coworkers must have brought it up to the manager or boss. I heard that he's getting fired because many people refuse to work with him after finding out about his affair.
Wow, both of them paid for what they did.
Ben is unemployed and Hannah is homeless. After our divorce is officially approved, I won't have to see their faces forever. I'll forget about them and live my life. It's a fresh start for me.
Yes, let's erase them from our memories. They won't be able to live the way they used to. Even if they're still madly in love with each other, things won't be the same for them. There might be tension between them since both of them are broke and don't have a place to live.
It's all thanks to your prayer that it worked out so well in the end. I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you so much.
I'm going to continue praying. I want you to meet a kind-hearted man who you can rely on. That's your next step to a fresh start.
Oh, Mom, stop it.
I'll see you this afternoon.
Perfect. I ended up getting a divorce with my husband, and all of his property was given to me. It was clear that he was the one at fault and had to take responsibility by losing his property to me. My now ex-husband is now homeless, just like Hannah. Apparently their love was not that special as I'd imagined, because I heard that they often had arguments and things would escalate very quickly. At one point they had a physical fight where he slapped her and they broke up, swearing to never see each other again. Since he lost his job, he's currently staying at his parents' house and is struggling to find a new job. My revenge that had taken several years to accomplish is finally complete. I love myself and I value my own happiness and well-being. That's all that matters. I hope my story and experience can set an example for people who are going through the same situation as me. If your spouse is cheating on you, don't be discouraged and find ways to make them pay. Keep in mind that none of it is your fault and don't be so hard on yourself. I hope this advice helps. Thank you for watching the video. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed it and stay tuned for more.
Brittany, how much did you spend on your house?
Oh, hello. Sorry, that's kind of a sudden question, Lucille.
Yes, well, you were the only one I thought to ask. Anyways, it's not like it's your house anyways, right?
Sorry. What is it that you want? I don't quite get what you're getting at.
All I'm saying is that you sure live in a great house, don't you? You must be really, really grateful to Terry, I imagine.
Right. Yeah, I do suppose it is a nice house.
Well, anyways, I am only messaging you to tell you that I will be moving in with you two next month.
Excuse me?
Well, the house is brand new, right? I mean, it was built not that long ago. So last time I went to visit the two of you, I had the bright idea that I would move in. I thought to myself, I could die in this house.
You thought what? Is this supposed to be some kind of joke or something? Lucille, I am really sorry, but you cannot just decide something like that on your own without talking it over with us first. Please. This is a house that Terry and I have really had our hopes set on for a while now. I would really prefer not to have it tied to such a dark thought like your death.
Wow, you really are a rude one, aren't you? Do you think I am just going to drop dead once I pass through the doors or something? Of course I want to do some living there before I pass. And I thought the house was just so lovely, so that's why I will be moving in.
But, Lucille, if you come to live here, what will happen to your old house? Aren't there so many memories of you and your late husband there that you want to preserve?
Oh, that place. I'm just going to sell it, of course. I've already found a potential buyer, and we are negotiating a deal for the sale.
What? Wow, that was fast. So, you don't think you'll have any second thoughts about letting go of such a sentimental place?
No, not really. After all, sentimental or not, the house is old and I can't go on living there without some major renovations. At first, I thought that I would just try and push the house off onto Carl and his wife, But it turns out it's easier to just sell it. You were seriously thinking about pushing a whole house onto your own children? Well, I was thinking about it. But then I remembered that Carl has never been good with money. And that if I could find a real estate agent who could sell the house for a good price instead, then I might as well dump the house on him.
Should you really be talking about such a precious place like that with terms like dumping?
Anyways, that is the situation as it stands, which is why I'll be moving in with you and Terry instead.
I am really sorry, but this isn't something that either of us have discussed with each other, and isn't something that you can just decide on your own.
And of course, I am going to be taking the best room as my bedroom.
I am sorry, but the only place we really have that you could stay would be on a mattress in the living room.
Oh no, of course not. I'll be taking the master bedroom.
Lucille, I am being serious. You cannot just declare that you are going to be moving into my house. You are starting to upset me. I am putting my foot down and saying no.
Well, that decision isn't really up to you anyways, now is it? Besides, Terry has already told me that it is fine if I move in, so...
What? Did he really say it was okay?
That's right. He really did. Obviously, he is much closer with his mother than he is with you. As it should be. I already got his permission to move in long ago.
Terry! What is all this about with your mom? Is she serious?
Oh, I'm really sorry. I was hoping that I would be able to talk to you about it at home before she said anything. I take it you're not really happy right now?
Of course I'm not happy right now, Terry. How could you just tell her that it's okay if she moves in with us without even talking to me first?
You do remember that it wasn't that long ago that she fell down some stairs and broke some bones, right?
Please. Even the doctor said that it was just a sprain. Of course, your mom tried to play it up as if it was as bad as a broken bone, though.
Well, look, either way, it really worried me, and I want her to live somewhere I can keep a better eye on her. You know that Carl has too many kids to be able to have any time to go and check on her.
Well, did you hear that your mom is selling her house?
That's fine. It's really not what's important right now. How about we just try and live together with her? If things go really badly, then we can find another solution. I promise that I'll do my best to make sure this doesn't become a burden for you.
Well, it kind of already is. I mean, I thought that we were moving into our new place together as a couple. And for that all to change all of a sudden. I'm just really upset right now, okay?
I understand, honey. And I really am sorry it all had to happen like this. But it's just that I'm the oldest son, and I can't help but feel some responsibility to take care of my mom now that she is getting older and Dad's gone. I mean, he died so much sooner than any of us thought. It was so unplanned for. I'm also worried that my mom is just really lonely in that house with all those memories.
Oh, Terry. I know that you didn't do any of this to hurt me, and that you have a big heart. But now that you've gone and decided things this way, you've made me come off as the bad guy here. I understand the choice you made, and your mom can live with us. But if anything happens, I want you to think about my feelings as well.
Yes, of course I will. Thank you so much. You don't know how much this means to me.
Brittany, when are you finally going to be moving out?
Excuse me? You do know that this is my house that you're living in, don't you?
Look, I know this house is good. I really like it too. But the thing is, you being here is ruining the whole experience for me.
Is that right? I'm ruining your experience? Is that supposed to be like a punchline for a really bad joke? Because I don't find what you're saying entertaining or funny in the slightest.
Of course I'm not joking. It's just that I was just recently thinking that this house is mine. And yet it doesn't really feel like mine. And I was trying to figure out why that was. What did you just say? I am sorry, but you are sorely mistaken. This house isn't yours. It's mine. Anyways, I thought long and hard and realized that the reason it didn't feel like my house is because there was some outsider that I didn't want living here. An outsider? Is that how you are referring to yourself now? Don't get smart with me, young woman. I am clearly talking about you right now. That is why I want you to leave and never come back to this house. You can't be serious right now. Anyways, I already changed the locks on all the doors. You did what? The locks, Brittany. Your key won't even work to get you inside the house anymore. Do you understand? You have got to be kidding me right now. In fact, this better be some kind of sick joke or else I'm about to get really upset with you. And just what do you think you have the right to be getting upset about? After all, the only reason that you're living in such a nice place is because my sweet little Terry pays for everything and lets you live here. You would do best not to forget your real place in all of this. So don't even bother coming home. Do you understand me? It's Terry's name on the mortgage, so no matter how you look at it, you are the outsider here with no claim on this place. All right then. Go ahead and get out then. What do you mean by that? I mean that if anyone is the outsider here, it is most definitely you, Lucille. No. Don't try and fight this. It is obviously you. This house belongs to Terry, and I am Terry's mother. You're the outsider! Look, Lucille. I don't know where you got your information from, but this house belongs to me. All the documents are in my name. Do you understand? What are you even talking about now? Okay, let's start from the beginning. You do know that Terry works under me at my company, don't you? What kind of nonsense are you trying to sell me right now? I mean that Terry is an employee at the company which I created. The company that you created? What are you talking about? I am pretty sure we already went over this 3 years ago when we got married. I honestly have no idea why you are acting like this is news to you. But anyways, the house belongs to me. And I want the outsider that has been living there out. And just to be clear, I am, of course, talking about you. So please get a grip and get out of my house. You're a liar. You honestly think I am going to believe any of this? You think you can fool me into thinking that you have your own company? I mean, you're just a woman. That's not a woman's job. Lucille, do you even hear yourself? Nobody thinks like that anymore. And I will have you know that more than half of the staff employed at my company are women. I married Terry because I like who he is as a person. But I don't use my position to advance his career or prioritize him when it comes to work. I pay my workers fairly for their work, man or woman. And though you might hate to hear it, I make a lot more than Terry does. Wait a second. So then, you really do own this house? Yes. That is what I have been trying to explain to you. So you see how ludicrous it is for you to think you can barge in here and kick me out of my own home. No. I promise it wasn't that. This whole thing is just one big misunderstanding. It isn't. In fact, this is the perfect chance for me to do something I've wanted to do for a long time. Now, please leave my house. Wait, Brittany. Hold on for just 1 second. Isn't this a bit much? What is a bit much? Do you think you were the only one upset at having to share this house with an outsider? I mean, those are your own words, aren't they? Well, I have been upset having to share my home with a certain outsider named Lucille. But Terry told me it was okay if I came to live here. And he would never let you kick me out. After all, his love for me is much bigger than it is for you. Actually, I was talking to Terry on the phone not that long ago. And yes, you're right. He was very upset. See? I told you that you could never kick me out without losing him.
When you first moved here, Terry and I made an agreement that if there were problems that arose from you living here, that we would do what I thought was best for the situation. And after explaining to him about you, it seems your doting son has finally lost the patience he once had for you.
You're not saying what I think you're saying, are you?
I am afraid I am.
You can't honestly intend to just cast me out and leave me to fend for myself, can you?
I think the phrase is, you reap what you sow.
What are you talking about?
I am talking about the mess you have made of my home life for the past month. Honestly, you should be grateful that I haven't done this much sooner. But then you tried to run me out of my own home. To be honest, I was a bit surprised at first. I mean, it takes some serious nerve to try and kick someone out of their own home after you barge in.
Is that supposed to be a compliment?
No, Lucille. No, it is not. And to go so far as to change all the locks on a house that wasn't even yours. Well, I imagine it is probably too late to change them all back now. So I will probably have to replace them all. Again. But don't worry. You'll be getting the bill for it in the mail.
But I was going to ask Terry to pay for all the work I did to replace them in the first place. Oh, man. You really are another kind of stupid, aren't you? I mean, you must really think that the world revolves around you, don't you?
Of course I don't. Don't be ridiculous. You really thought you were going to make us pay for you changing all of the locks on our house? Wow. I mean, that is some next-level ego you have. Does your neck ever hurt from how big your head is?
I'm not going to sit here and let you talk to me like this.
Well, the good news is that you don't have to sit here and listen to anything. The only thing that you need to do is get out of my house. Neither Terry nor I have any intention of letting you stay here any longer.
But this is my home now. You can't just kick me out of the place where I live.
No, it is not your home. And you are going to go back to your old place and move back in with Carl and his family.
Are you crazy? They have 5 kids. I wouldn't even have a place to sleep if I moved back there now.
I guess it's better than being on the streets, though, isn't it?
This isn't a game, Brittany. And I refuse to play along. I won't go.
Well then, I guess it's a good thing I called around and found a good senior home for you.
Excuse me. You did what?
I mean, you are lucky to have me, a business owner, as your daughter-in-law. I don't know many other people who would pay to have their mother-in-law taken care of at a retirement home. If I were you, I would be on my knees thanking me for what I'm doing for you.
What are you even talking about? What is all this about a retirement home? I won't ever go and live in a place like that. I'll lose my freedom.
Okay then. You are more than welcome to try and move to some other place with your own savings then. Because if you want my support, it's this or nothing. Especially after the way you forced your way into my new house and made a mess of everything. I haven't had a peaceful moment to myself in this house since you moved in. I have half a mind to report you to the police for changing the locks, by the way. Moving out is probably your best choice right now, if I am being honest.
Please, Brittany. There is no need for that kind of talk. Can't we just make up and start all over? I realize that I may have been overstepping my bounds a little, and I am sorry for that.
We are so well past the point of saying sorry and putting it behind us. Both Terry and I are completely out of patience with you. So enjoy your new life at the retirement home, Lucille.
Please, you can't just leave me behind like this. I'll be so lonely there.
I don't want to hear it. Just a moment ago, you told me that you changed all the locks in my house so that you could try and kick me out. I guess you'll just have to get used to your new life at the old folks' home. Enjoy your new life! Lucille went so far as to change the locks to try to kick Brittany out.
but instead got kicked out herself after finding out who really owned the house. Even Terry lost his temper and flipped out at Lucille for all of her selfishness. Brittany was true to her word and paid for Lucille's moving expenses, but didn't tell her that Lucille was being sent to a retirement home all the way across the country. Lucille can't stand her new life there and is trying to find a way to move out and bother her children again. I hear that it's not going very well, though. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this. I can't believe you were in my store of all places! So, we are going to be working together, huh? That's awesome. Hi, Laila. I hadn't seen you in such a long time. It really has been a while. I don't think I've seen you since I moved and went to a different high school. Is that right? It looks like you are doing well. I'm glad. Let's not pretend. There is no way you were glad to see me. The minute you saw me, you made such a cringy face. The memories come flooding back to you. Oh, I didn't mean to. I actually was glad you look well. But it is true. When I think about middle school, I don't really have any good memories. I might have made a face without thinking about it, but I really didn't mean anything by it. Wow. Are you always this rude? I mean, you've never been able to read the situation. That hasn't changed at all, has it? Sure, we were classmates when we were kids, but that isn't anything to get excited about, is it? Everyone saw that little face you made. It got so awkward for everyone. Didn't you feel it? No, it didn't. I don't know what you are talking about. It can just be a little stiff when employed adults are talking to each other. We aren't a couple of students anymore. What are you even saying? Employed adults? You sound so formal. You're just working a convenience store register. Well, we are working at a real store with real responsibilities, right? That makes us employees. If you say so. But look at you. You are such a nerd. All you did was study. You didn't have any friends because you always had your nose stuck in a book. I didn't study at all, and now you have the exact same job as me. Yeah, that's true. It's okay for now, I think. Me? I'm married. I've even got kids. You don't seem to have a family yet, am I right? That must feel so lonely. You're still the antisocial type, aren't you? That hasn't changed from when we were kids either. Don't get carried away thinking you're better than me just because you've worked there for a while. I'll remind you of what things used to be like if you do. Cut it out already! We are adults now. Can't you act like it? You don't even need to say anything, okay? You don't have to go there. What's in the past is in the past. I've already let it go. It's water under the bridge now. We are going to be working together, so let's just do our best to get along, okay? Ugh, what is with you? You sound like my grandma. Listen to yourself, why don't you? It's water under the bridge? You sound ridiculous. You know I can do anything I want to you. If you give me any crap, I can end you just like that. If you don't want to get fired, you had better listen to everything I say. You got it? You sure are cocky for someone who just started last week. It doesn't matter which one of us started working there first. I always end up the leader everywhere I go. It's my talent. If you want to keep your nose up in the air like you do, you go ahead. But you won't get anywhere with that attitude. You can't get popular when you act like you are better than everyone else. I don't care if I am popular or not. That's never my goal. Anyways, let's just focus on our own work. I'll see you around. Hey, do you have a minute? What do you want?
I need to talk to you about your attitude at work. You've been late a lot lately, and there have been several times that the register hasn't matched up with the sales totals. Things can't continue like this.
Huh? Are you trying to complain to me?
I wouldn't say it's a complaint. More like a warning. I can't let this continue, though. If you don't start showing up on time and showing a little better work ethic, I am going to have to report you to our superiors. Lately, whenever I start my shift, things are a mess. You leave everything for me to take care of. You just sit there on your phone in the break room or out back. You don't do anything. You can't really honestly say you are doing your job when that's all you do. You really don't leave me any choice. I have to say something if you won't do your job.
Look at you, Miss Serious. You sound like a little class president. But keep in mind, I run this store.
Huh? What does that mean?
You can say what you like. I don't have any plans to make any changes. I do what I like.
And that's fine with you? If you end up in trouble, it's your own fault, you know.
Me? In trouble? I don't think so. If anyone gets in trouble, it is going to be you. I'm going to be just fine. I always am. The store manager is wrapped around my finger, so there won't be any problems for me. You can say what you like.
Seriously?
The manager always takes my side. I never have any problems. Trust me on that. Obviously, the most important person in the store is going to be the manager, right? And he really likes me. So I can do whatever I want while I am at work. No problem.
You say that, but that isn't really the case. The truth of the matter is that you are causing a lot of problems for everyone around you. If you don't get your act together at work, you are going to get in trouble for real.
Oh, shut up. That's enough already. Get a life. What's your point anyway? You should stay out of my way, you know-it-all. Something might happen to you.
I want to make sure I have this right. You are saying that you are acting so badly because of your relationship with the manager? That's why you have this awful attitude?
I don't have a bad attitude. But I do have the manager in the palm of my hand. So you would be better off to not go talking crap about me behind my back to anyone. You got that? If you do anything against me, you might as well be doing it to the manager. Catch my drift?
Well, that's pretty rotten, isn't it?
Huh? Rotten? What are you saying? You've got the same boring old job as me. You don't get to talk down to me. I just happen to have as much power as the manager. Does that bother you? You always had your nose in the books and did nothing but study, and you still ended up in the same job as me. It's just a part-time job to keep me busy since I'm a housewife. And here you are doing the same thing as me. I bet that it bothers you, doesn't it? Aren't you embarrassed?
I was pretty sure you missed this before, but now I'm positive that there has been a misunderstanding.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you haven't understood anything either, have you? You always thought you were so smart and that you were going places, didn't you? Well, what about now? I wish your middle school self could see you now. I wonder what she would think. I bet she would cry. The nerd ended up in the same job as me, sitting at a register all day. And if you do anything I don't like, you'll be fired faster than you can blink.
You're the one that is going to get fired.
Oh yeah? Is that so?
I can see how you didn't catch on, but I'm not working part-time at the store. I'm here from the corporate office. I'm doing a brief store check because there have been some issues with this location.
Wait a minute. What are you saying?
And you should know that I'm the youngest woman to get a job this high up in the corporate office. So don't pretend all that studying was a waste. I worked hard for this job.
I can't believe this. Is this a joke? Are you serious? Is this some kind of delusion of grandeur?
It isn't a delusion. And you? Your work ethic has got to be the worst I have ever seen. It is beyond the limits of my patience. I can't keep working in these conditions.
Oh yeah? So then it isn't really like you were saying? You aren't really from corporate.
No, I really do work at the head office. Ever since I graduated from college, I've been studying management. I've worked hard to make it to where I am. I'm proud of it. I never thought I would meet an old classmate here, though. Especially not you.
What are you even talking about? You work at the head office? Go on then. I've got the manager on my side. What do I care?
You know that store managers are hired just like everyone else, don't you? It isn't a franchise. He doesn't have any ownership in the store.
What is that supposed to mean?
You didn't know that, did you? It means he can be fired just like everyone else. Even if the manager isn't fired, I can still report everything to corporate. I can tell them all about your bad work ethic, the missing money, everything. Obviously, I have already decided to report you.
Is that so? Say what you will. The manager is here and he likes me. I'll be fine. No one will say anything to me.
You've got me wondering just how close you and the manager really are. You guys are having an affair, aren't you?
Why would you say that? We aren't sleeping together. We just get along really well. You could say we are good friends.
I don't think I've ever seen two good friends going to a hotel together before. But all the other workers here seem to have seen you guys doing just that. You guys must be awfully, awfully good friends. You guys have been fooling around too openly. Everyone has seen you. You aren't great at keeping it a secret.
Well, so what? It doesn't have anything to do with you. What business of yours is it who I see and what I do?
Honestly, it doesn't really matter to me what you do on your own time. You are free to do whatever you please. I just want you to do a good job and not to cause any drama at work. But you are a waste of resources. We don't have the money to waste on hiring people like you.
Oh, really? So what? Are you going to fire me then?
I mean, what do you think? Let's look at the pros and cons of firing you and decide. You are late to your shift every single day. And stealing money from the company is obviously wrong, right?
I haven't stolen anything.
Is that so? Then why does your register never add up? The money in the drawer never matches the sales. And funny enough, the only time that seems to be a problem is when you are working.
I've never stolen anything. I just borrow a little from time to time. I always plan to put it back.
Do you really think that's acceptable? You can just borrow money out of the register as you please? And this isn't just about you and I. There are plenty of other people working at the shop that have become frustrated with you. You always make sure that people can hear you when you talk badly about other people or try to gossip. You try to pit people against each other. You act like a little kid, not a grown adult.
I didn't do any of that. I mean, not really. I just joke around a lot. Can't anyone take a joke? Why are you taking it so seriously? Don't you think you are exaggerating a bit? You're taking it too far.
I am not exaggerating at all. You've been like this as long as I've known you. Even back when we were in middle school, you never cared about other people. You never think about how anyone else might feel. The only thing that matters is how you feel, whatever suits your mood at the moment.
Yeah, it may be true that I don't think that much about other people, but I've never done it to be mean.
Is that supposed to make it okay? You get to treat people badly and not worry about their feelings as long as you aren't trying to be mean? Okay, but don't you think firing me is going too far? I don't think I deserve to lose my job. I finally found a part-time job that works for me. Do you know how hard it is to find something that works with my schedule? And I don't want to give up the time I have with the manager. What you do with him is up to you. That's your personal business and you can do as you like. But really, Laila, don't you feel bad about it?
About what?
I'm talking about the affair. It'll be part of my report to headquarters. It may be your personal business, but it is affecting the company. Should I send a report to your husband too?
What?
Why would you even say something like that? Are you trying to threaten me? No, I'm not. I would never threaten you. But when you think about it, wouldn't it just be fitting? After everything you did to me when we were kids, it would feel pretty good to rat you out.
You're joking, right? You wouldn't do that to me. Don't mess with me. Are you going to say something to my husband because of an old grudge?
So you know what you are doing is wrong. You know you'd be in deep if your husband found out about it.
Of course! He would probably divorce me. I would be in serious trouble if he left me. I can't survive on this little part-time job. It would be impossible. Please, you can't say anything to my husband. You'd destroy my marriage.
What can you do to show me that you're sincere?
Huh? What do you mean?
You don't have anything else you want to say? You remember how you were always so mean to me when we were younger? Back in our middle school days? Don't tell me you've forgotten.
What exactly do you want me to say? Okay, I get it. You want me to apologize, is that it? Sorry.
Is it really so hard to apologize? If I tell your husband what you've been up to, your life as you've known it is over. You'd be divorced. You have no real work history, no degree. The only thing you'd be known for is a history of cheating. I don't think you'd have an easy time getting a job. What kind of life do you think you would have?
I am truly very sorry. Amelia, I mean it. I am sorry. I was a real idiot when I was a kid. I did a lot of dumb things and I wasn't kind to you. I'll never act like that again. I'll be a good worker. I promise. I'll do my best every day. Please don't tell my husband.
I understand.
Really? We're good?
The past is the past. I don't want to hang something from middle school over your head. It was a long time ago. Let's let bygones be bygones. We can't change the past anyway. I don't like you, but that is what it is. What's more important to me is your work ethic now. That's the real problem. And that's what is going to be in my report.
Okay, I understand that. But you aren't going to say anything to my husband, right?
I won't say anything to him. Besides, I don't even know his number. I wouldn't know how to contact him.
Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really mean it. I'm sorry for what happened before. Are we really okay now?
Yeah, we are good. But I don't know what the manager's wife is going to do when she finds out.
Huh?
He's just hired to be the manager. He doesn't own the place. But his wife works at corporate headquarters. She's going to find out about all of this soon, I would think.
What? Wait a minute. Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. Even if I don't say anything to your husband, I'm pretty sure he is going to find out soon enough. I have no doubt the manager's wife is going to find out about it. I don't know, but I am guessing you are going to be sued for damages or paying alimony before long. Maybe even both.
I can't pay that. What can I do? You've got to help me. Please. We go way back. We have to look out for each other.
What has that got to do with now? Nothing. And even if you think about it, you were awful to me when we were classmates. We weren't friends. You were my tormentor. I don't see any reason why I should help you now. I said I was sorry. You've got to let it go. Just this once. Don't report anything. I'll get my act together. This is my job. It's what I get paid to do. I can't just let it go. Why don't you learn a lesson from this? You can start living your life right, thinking about other people instead of yourself for once. Take care of yourself. Oh, and one more thing. There's no need for you to come to work anymore. Laila always had such a bad work ethic. She wasn't too happy to get scolded by Amelia. But when she heard that Amelia worked in the corporate head office, she began to panic. Even though she was ready to get down on her knees and beg for a second chance, it was already too late. Amelia turned in her report. It detailed all of the issues the store had, from Laila's bad work ethic to the missing money, and even the affair with the manager. There was nothing left to do but to fire both of them for their negligence and bad behavior. The shop's manager's wife quickly found out about the affair. She took Laila to court for personal damages, and she won. Of course, there was no way for Laila's husband not to find out about the affair. He asked for a divorce at once and insisted that she move out of their home. It looks like he was even awarded alimony during the divorce. The manager even broke things off with Laila. Maybe he was hoping to reconcile with his wife? It was just like Amelia said. With no degree and no work history, she struggled to find a job or to build a better life for herself again. She really regrets everything. But, as they say, what goes around comes around. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button.